Uh-oh. We have guys leaving the session already. This is going to be interesting. Um, Welcome to the EU2 Championship here in Contest of Speed. I am your host, Deathstorm. I took a little bit of a sabbatical last week. Glad to be back in the booth. We are racing. I ended up missing the Imola race, which was very unfortunate since I enjoy that track. But we are racing at Sao Paulo, Brazil, the Interlagos circuit. And yeah, as you guys see, we have 16 here according to the dry qualifying race. That's nice. But we have 16 drivers in the lobby tonight, and I'm ready to get going. I am alongside an EU2 comms booth legend in his own right. I am alongside Mr. BK.
Wow, that is quite the title. Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here.
Or should I go defending AM3 champion slash current EU3 championship leader slash everything else known to man?
Man, what an intro, yeah. Yeah, glad to be here, glad to be back in the booth. Obviously, got to commentate a little bit of this tier last season with Haas, which was quite the time, cursing AJ every race. But no longer have AJ to curse, so gotta find somebody new to pick on.
Or you could just pick on me being in P11. I mean, that seems like the rolling joke anymore. But yeah, before we get into too deep into quali, we're gonna mop up some of the action from last week in Imola. There were no incidents reported in EU2 last week from Imola, which is quite frankly a bit of a shock to me because I've seen some calamity and chaos. The only thing was there was an attendance rep for rate. He did not fill out attendance. So that's the only thing there. And also a little bit to note, as I've already told my co-commentator, I might have 3 little co-commentators to the co-commentator because my children are in the room with me and 2 of them just got back from school. So it might make things interesting here in the booth. So with that being said, with the penalty report, Jelt holds on to the win. Alistar is in P2 and Konzo is P3. Rounding out Hockey has a driver's lead of 10 points of 130 over Jelt with 120. Alistar is in third with 108. Konzo's in fourth with 74. Pookie's in fifth with 51. Valbo is in sixth with 43. Matty Robo is in seventh with 42. J Ray in 36, in eighth with 36. Raza Sky in 9th with 26, and Cornish Cook rounding out the top 10 with 23. And constructors, Red Bull lead the way with 173. Mercedes flipped Alfa Romeo. It looked like 151. Alfa Romeo has 133. Williams is in 4th with 115. McLaren's in 5th with 77. Ferrari's in 5th with 75. AlphaTauri is 7th with 55. Haas with 50 is in 8th. Alpine with 43 is in 9th. And Aston Martin with 42 rounds out the table. With all the mop-up being done, I can now focus on qualifying as Jelt sets the provisional pole time of a 107.9. Mr. BK, your thoughts, since you are somewhat of a veteran of commentating this division. So far, what are your thoughts through the early part of qualifying? I mean, it's only 5 guys setting a time so far.
I mean, yeah, I was just watching Pookie going through his lap. Looked like he was pretty dialed in, but I was watching the stream as well, and also watching Jelt at the same time, who was lighting up the timing board. So, not surprised to see him up at the front from the EU2 races I've seen in the last few weeks. I think he's won both of them, or a couple in a row, so he's definitely on fire right now. And Jack Hockey, obviously the championship leader, sliding to P3 as well, so definitely some expected names up at the top, and J Ray in the top 5 as well. That's another name that you would expect to be there. So other than that, yeah, there's still plenty of cars to come through. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm trying to see if I can get somebody here. Just starting a lap if I can. It looks like it's going to be Cornish beginning a hot lap here. So we can ride on board through and take a track tour of the very famous Interlagos circuit. The funny thing I mentioned in the EU3 chat, or in the EU3 stream on Monday night, was last week we were in the death place of Ayrton Senna. I did say I say EU3? Wow, fail. My apologies, but I did say that last week we were in the place of demise of Ayrton Senna, while this week we are in the birthplace of Sao Paulo of Ayrton Senna. So we kind of went in reverse as far as that goes.
Definitely a little bit of a weird coincidence there.
Only I would come up with something like that, which is kind of weird. But alright, we have a couple of guys that's approaching an outlap at the moment. So while we wait for Alistar to go through Sector 3, we will take a track tour with the Mercedes driver. I believe he is third in the championship, as I've already mentioned. So we will take a track tour of the Interlagos circuit here with Mr. Alistar and its two DRS zones, heading toward turn 14 and 15 now, going up the hill, hitting the start-finish line. First, we're going to have the Senna S, the downhill S turn, which connects into the Circuit del Sol coming down. First DRS detection point and the DRS line. Down the Retro Raposo we go, down to the end of Sector 1. And then the double apex left of Decina del Lago, going back up the hill here, throwing it in 6th. Trying to keep a tight line to the left-hand side, opening up the double right-hander here. Throwing it in 5th gear, keeping it in 6th, 5th gear throughout. Then the very tight technical infield section here at Interlagos. Unfortunately, one of which claimed a victim in AM2 last night. And then down the end of Sector 2, this next left-hander coming up while going back up the hill, João turns 12, going up the hill, turn 13, DRS detection point just past, turn 14, and DRS zone 15, coming up to 15 now, and then keeping a tight line on the left-hand side. Alistar goes 108.4, puts himself into P4. He is a half a second behind Jelt there. And, oh, he sees a guy coming right through. He cuts the chicane right on stream. That may potentially get looked at. Meanwhile, while we were on that tour with Alistar, Ricky puts it in the 5th place, by the way. So he's sitting in 5th with a 108.6.
Kevin Cal is coming to the line on the McLaren 108.594, so that's real tight. Everybody right around the 108.6 mark.
Yeah, I forget what the poll time was for EU3 yesterday and AM2 last night.
I don't remember. Mantis coming around the final corner to set his first lap.
Okay, let's see what Cornish Mantis and the AlphaTauri has in the bank, so to speak. But yeah, I'm looking forward to tonight. Cornish Mantis 109.4. That is definitely a banker. He's definitely got more pace than that in that car. So he's looking to, he either made a mistake somewhere or he just has a fuel load in the car. I tend to do that myself, where I have like 7 or 8 laps full of fuel first, and then as the track evolves, I tend to knock the fuel load down and go faster that way.
Yeah, it looks like a few cars just winding up for a lap. Jack Hockey's going to be the first one on the flyer.
Yeah, we'll stay with Jack Hockey now.
We're just following him. J-Ray's following him.
We'll stay on board, but we'll stay with board with Jack Hockey, since I caught that as he crossed the line. Down the Retro Raposo he goes at the end of Sector 1. He is marginally up on his time. Domi Lee has left the session. if Matty Robo is in the pits, which I believe he may be, if he's listening to the chat, can he send an invite? I do have him, but I want to get this lap in its entirety from Mr. Jack Hockey here. As I've already said before, I do apologize, but we have co-commentators to the co-commentator, which is fun because if you followed along with the ACC when we dabbled in that, they were up at that point in time themselves, so it made for some comedy, needless to say, in the chat and in the commentator booth. 107.6, 108.2 he's still P3. So Jack Hockey's still in the second row of the grid. He is 3/10 behind Jelt there. So with that being said, I'll see if I can get Domi Lee back in here now, since I'm not following an outlap here.
Alpine of Borja improved by 2/10 to jump his teammate Ricky Chardo, who is preparing for a lap himself at the moment. 7 minutes left to go in quality.
Where is Domi Lee? Uh-oh.
Have a cupcake?
Nobody. Actually, yeah, you can have a cupcake. I don't... There he is.
Can I have a cupcake?
You cannot have a cupcake. You are a grown man, sir. You could have whatever you want, and I can't get it to you since I'm in America and you're in Canada.
Please, can I have a cupcake?
Now we're tonight, Sister Luca. Cake can we tippies?
Ricky Chardo basically matches his first sector, just down by 1,000. Looks like Jelt is also preparing another attempt. The man who's sitting on the pole now by a decent margin.
Yeah, he's got 2/10 in the bank to play with, and Milos Hilly went down and decommitted to the full-time racing mid-season, so that's why he is not here.
Ricky is up by 2/10. If he can somehow find a little bit more, he might be within the top 5 here.
Yeah, I believe. Let's stay with the Alpine here as he goes to the line. He goes up to exactly P5. Good call.
Good lap, Ricky. Good lap.
Inside of the third row. Inside of the third row as we approached 5. Now we are approaching 5 minutes to go in the quali session tonight here in Brazil.
Jill is looking to improve right now.
Will
up
just
by almost a half a tenth.
Ew. Going to the line, Mr. Jelt. To the line he goes. He actually improves by just about a tenth. 107.89 now. So, I mean, it's marginal now at best, but hey, it's there. Okay, Ricky's about to come into the pits. Kevin's on an outlap now. J-Ray's on an outlap. He's heading forward. Mantis is on a lap. We'll go with the AlphaTauri here as he's going into the Sector 2 split momentarily. Domi Lee has joined. Glad to see him back into the lobby. Lily! Noah. Oh,
So
yeah, I told you.
is just marginally up on his lap time. He's getting a nice slipstream from the car ahead, too.
It's his teammate.
So his teammate. It's 3/10 there.
But it
Courtesy
still
of
doesn't.
his teammate, who looked to be starting a lap, actually, maybe.
Yeah, he definitely is starting a lap at the moment, and unfortunately for him, it didn't knock him out of the basement. But
that's some very creative teamwork. Someone's finishing a lap towing someone that's well, someone's finishing a lap being towed by somebody starting a lap. This is probably the right way to say that. It feels like a long qualifying session just based on how short the track is. Like, it's just there's a lot of laps you can get in. It seems like almost everybody at least going for 2-3 attempts. Maybe using the same set twice to save one.
I mean,
Jerry's
that's
up 3/10.
through sector 2. I'm actually on board with him as he's going up the hill. He just passed turn 13. He's in turn 14 now, hitting the DRS detection. And 15 going to the line. Where does J-Ray fall? J-Ray only moves up to P11. He was 3/10 clear. He's going to be starting to get their final runs in. Valbo's already out. He is heading down the Retro Aposto into the Siena del Lago. He is 3/10 up, so we'll stay on board here with the Ferrari as he...
Kevin Cal is coming in the line. Up a 10th, but not much improvement in track position there.
Puts him up in a 108.4. It's very tight. Between P2 and P8 is only 0.3 of a second. So this may get chaotic, especially at the very beginning. Valbo is going through the technical infield at the moment, and he is heading towards Jean Cal. And he's second now through the second sector split, so we can see where he is at. 0.4, almost a half a second. Let's see if he continues that pace going up the hill. And turns 13, 14, and 15. Here we go. Keeping it to the left-hand side. Up to the line. Goes up to P9. Slotting himself in with an 8.5.
Looked like Jack Hockey was winding up for a lap, made a little mistake in turn 1 and has decided to back out. Still looks like enough time to get his battery recharged and set for another lap, but Pookie and Jelt whiz by out of the pits and everybody is coming out now, so it is about to get crazy hectic. Track is obviously at its best at this point, and everybody is ready to go for one last try.
Yeah, Kevin's not going to be able to make it out, so his qualifying is effectively done. He just came into his garage. J-Ray's qualifying is effectively done as well, so he could do no worse or no better than 12.
Looks like Pookie's going to be the first one setting a lap then.
Jack Hockey back going slow through sector 3, trying to wind up the ERS. And he is going to make a charge, but right now we're on board with Pookie here as he heads toward the Siena del Lago. He is actually down on his time, which isn't, he wants to go the other direction. However, he is, let's see what his sector 2 split will bring. Let's see if he actually has a cleaner spot through the infield. Kids, please don't do this to me now. Don't fight over toys. No. Don't make me have to be a parent on a stream.
Tiski is not very much up on his lap. Looks like Pookie is in as well. It's all up to the final sector here for those two. First one's coming across the line. Borge is invalidated as a third. Let's see.
Pookie didn't improve.
Pookie does not improve into pole. Neither does Tiski. The Red Bull will be next across the line. The man who's sitting on pole, he's improving on his lap.
Jeez.
And he lays the hammer down with a 107.7.
7.7. Jack Hockey may go into the 107s himself. He's up 2/10. Let's see what Jack Hockey has. He goes 108, almost 108 flat. Puts himself outside pole.
But he did improve, and so did his Alfa Romeo teammate. Both improving, jumping the McLaren with their last attempt. So nicely done, both 108.0s. Going to be putting the pressure on Jelt, who is all alone today without a teammate.
Yeah, for Ricky putting it outside second row. Jeez.
Ricky with a 108.02. I just jumped on board at the last second as he was crossing the line, and he's going to be happy with that. That is a good lap. Yeah,
Ricky's been showing some pace lately. All right, so qualifying is done, dusted. Jelt on pole, Jack Hockey P2, his teammate ZN in P3, Ricky outside row 2 in P4, Pookie P5, Tiske P6, Alistar P7, Kevin P8, Valbo 9th, Will in 10th, Borgia in 11th, Domi Lee in 12th, J Ray 13th, Matty Robo 14th, Cornish Mantis out of the running cars in 15th, and Ekosh Charlie. I believe he might have had a quali ban from rounds past, which is why he did not set a lap.
I think I actually saw him have an issue similar to what Sod had in AM3 on Monday, because his car just appeared in the middle of the track, ghosted, thankfully, but it like teleported from the pits out, and he was just DNF. So usually when that happens, that means they crash and it teleports them out of the pits.
Which is weird. But yeah, no, that is definitely potentially what happened. I saw that in AM3. But before we get started, comments, predictions in the chat, everything, safety cars, always welcomed from yours truly. But I will start with you, Mr. BK. Podium predictions, safety car predictions, what's going on in your head, sir?
Well, it's a pretty full grid, and Interlagos can go one of two ways, especially with these guys who like to race wheel to wheel constantly. They're either going to play cool, or it's going to be a little bit less play nice and a little more crashing and banging, which will also be a spectacle. So, but that brings a lot more safety cars. So I really don't know. We kind of saw AM2 go the more safety car route, where AM3 I think we only had one.
Yeah,
so
you had a.
I'm thinking it's gonna be. I think there's gonna be quite a few safety cars this race. Just having 16 people in the race, there's probably be 3+. And in terms of top 3, Jelt has to be the man to beat. He has got to be my top prediction for P1. I'm gonna go Jack Hockey P2. Honestly, keep that, and Ricky's gonna jump up into P3. Let's see what he can do. He's quick. We know that.
Alright, well, I'm going to go through this real quick. Jelt and Jack Hockey, P1, P2 on the hard compound tires. Zien on the mediums in P3. Ricky on the hards in P4. Pookie, mediums, P5. Tiske, the only one on the softs, in 6. Alistar in 7th on the hards. Kevin in 8th on the mediums. Valbo in 9th on the hards. Will, Borgia, Domi Lee, J Ray, Matty Robo, Cornish Mantis. That is 10th through 15th, all on the medium compound tire. And Ekosh Charlie rounding out the field on the hard compound tire. As far as my podium predictions, I am actually gonna go the exact same route with you. I think it's gonna be Jelt, Jack Hockey, and Ricky on the podium tonight. But I'm gonna go with a dark horse as driver of the day. He's sitting in P14. He seems to find himself out of Calamity Way and merges his way through the field. I think Matty Robo is going to be on for a driver of the day and may surprise a lot of people for a podium. If there is a shock, it's going to come from him. Safety cars. I've seen clean races from EU2. I've seen not so clean races from EU2. So safety cars, I'm just going to kind of go with it. Alright, everyone's starting to slide into there.
Disqualified. That's not going to help Alfa Romeo next to Ricky Chardo on the second row.
Ricky's going to be looking to pounce on that. Let's see, we got... Okay, we'll go from here. 3, 4, 5. We'll stay on board with Jack Hockey as the lights go out, and away we go from Sao Paulo and Interlagos. Jelt gets a great run, but Jack Hockey has the inside for turn 1. He's going to make the overtake, take the lead. The Alfa Romeo gets through. A little beating and banging in the back. Ricky is also into P3 already, so our podium predictions through the first corner seem to be in play. Ricky on the inside of
pretty clean through the back so far.
Everyone getting through Decina del Lago for the first time relatively cleanly, going up the hill now. Checking into the back of the pack here. It's pretty chaos filled at the moment. They're trying to sort themselves out. But guys, you got to be patient. It's 1 of 36. There's 36 laps here. It's a long race. Jack Hockey heading toward Jean Cao now down the hill. And we got Jack Hockey going back up the hill. Ooh, excuse me. Heading towards 14 and 15, completing the first lap here in Brazil. It's Jack Hockey from Jelt, from ZN, from Ricky. Jelt actually takes the lead. Jelt took the lead right before the line. So Jelt actually takes credit for leading that first lap. And Curva del Sol looked like Jelt got a little loose. ZN's going to take advantage. They're going to go three. Oh, they looked like they were going to go 3 wide into Decina del Logo there. Jelt goes all the way down into third. It may have had an issue, but both Alfa Romeos are out in front right now. So that's Jack Hockey's rearview mirror. He would rather see his teammate than Jelt. Ricky's all over the back of this as well, but he runs wide. He has PVB Pookie on the outside. And then he falls right back in line. Ricky is defending, and then Pookie with the switchback. Nice move by the McLaren. What a move by the McLaren. Caught Ricky there. Tiscave also passing Ricky as well. He might be struggling.
Compound tire advantage there. Yeah, he's got a tire advantage. Ricky's on the hards right now. Doesn't necessarily need to worry about fighting Tiski. Another medium tire runner passing him. He's saving his ERS. Everybody is using, so Ricky knows this is a long race. And as you mentioned earlier, I'm sure Jack Hockey, as he got passed by ZN.
Yes.
Turn 1 there.
He hasn't led a lap yet. He's been in the front up to the line, but has not led at the start-finish line. So technically, Jack Hockey through 2 laps has not led a lap yet.
But something I remember from Imola last round is these 2 teammates actually did come together, which was the demise of both of their races. So they may not necessarily be working together. They might be fighting for that win just equally today.
Yeah, that's right. I did remember that. I'm surprised nobody. Well, actually, I think
Jelt
Jack
and Pookie side by side.
I think
Pookie making a move in the same turn.
Yeah, that was a nice move. That was a nice move. He kind of copy and pasted that one, but he got elbows out there, so the McLaren moves up in the third. But to go back from last week's point, I did see a report at first from Jack Hockey on his teammate, but then I believe he rescinded it after seeing his POV going that there's really nothing that he could have done differently or anything like that, so he didn't report his teammate at the end of the day. Okay, take the tire graphic off. I just realized I was running 3 laps with the tire graphic on. Oh, good grief. But yeah, ZN's leading the way now. Jack Hockey's in P2. Pookie's in third. We have a 3-car semi breakaway here. Jelt's starting to struggle for pace a little bit, it looks like. He is 7/10 back of that leading trio. Tiscay, the reserve from EU3, is into the top 5. Kevin Cal is in P6, also reserving from EU3. Alistar, I'm actually kind of surprised to see Alistar back there in P7. He's usually toward the front battling with Jack Hockey.
Well, he hasn't lost any, he hasn't gained any, so it's just holding station for now. Lap 4, plenty of ERS. DRS has just started, so maybe just getting settled into the race before thinking of what's going to happen on lap 36. Looks like Kevin's actually making the move on Tiski, so I wonder if those soft tires are beginning to drop off, or
yeah, around here.
5% remaining ERS on Kevin Cal is telling the story here.
Tiski making
pressure with
good Tiski.
Tiski's going to be pressuring him.
Yeah, Tiscay made a mistake at his Cirque del Sol and got overtaken by 2 cars, Alistar and Ricky. So Tiscay goes down in the 8th now. It looks like that may turn into a cork in the bottle situation for the Williams driver the longer he stays on the soft compound tires. Noah. Don't be so loud, please. I told you guys it's gonna be comedy up here in the booth where you're gonna have to see me parent on the fly here. They're playing nice so far, I just don't want them to be too loud and drown out the sound. But Pookie passed Jack Hockey too in the midst of that. Jack Hockey's falling back. He's almost 8/10 clear. I wonder if there was a mistake there.
Pookie is going into the lead. It looks like maybe they're side by side into turn 1 and 2. Ooh, it's tight getting through here. They get through it clean. No.
Ooh, who's got DRS? Who's got DRS? It's going to be ZN. He's going to have DRS down the Retro Aposto into the Zena Delaga. So he's going to hold on to the lead through 5.5 laps here. Still a long way to go. 31 laps technically.
Yeah, and you gotta give a little round of applause for Zian there. That is some great defense. Managed to hold his position. That's such a long DRS straight that honestly being in the lead isn't necessarily always the best thing unless you have a very quick straight line speed car.
Yeah, absolutely. Domi Lee spitting out in the midfield. And ironically enough, featuring a Ferrari. I know an old Ferrari driver that would have loved having the downforce setup that he did. And that is the Prentice brothers. Luke and Jack. They were known for low downforce, so they couldn't get caught in a straightaway to save their lives.
Pookie just launches it into turn 1.
Wow.
Oh my god. Makes it stick.
And now it brings
kind of
all four
back. GN though.
It brought all four of them back. It brought all four of them back.
Oh, Pookie's under pressure again.
Oh my god, this battle's getting crazy.
The narrowest part of the track now. Everybody's in a straight line, nobody's side by side, thank goodness.
Oh man, these four guys are just breaking away. Alistar is 3 seconds back of this, out of this leading quartet. He's looking to make it a quintet, but he's not alone. He's got Ricky, Kevin, Will, and Tiske with him, along with Valbo as well. So if these guys keep on battling and Alistar just holds station and they just second DRS train kind of just watches everything unfold, this may turn into a 10-car battle.
Yeah, Angelic got past the end. He's now putting pressure on Jack Hockey. Going into turn 1. Jack Hockey backs out of that one.
Yeah, he wisely backs out of that. He's gonna have.
He's gonna take the DRS.
Does Jelt have it? No, Jelt does not have DRS. So he's gonna be a sitting duck.
Backing out strategically there, probably. He's on the inside now. Breaks a little bit later and gets that move done.
Jack Hockey now is a little over a second behind Mr. Pookie, the McLaren, for the lead. Ekosh Charlie with our first time penalty of the evening. Or actually, in my case, it's kind of evening here because the sun's starting to set over in good old Pennsylvania. So I guess I could say good evening for the rest of the season. And actually get away with it. Let's go, daylight savings time. Jack Hockey. Jack Hockey is now, that's very important for this leading quartet, is Jack Hockey getting into the DRS detection of Mr. Pookie. Alistar is still 2.9 away, so the second DRS train is still 3 seconds adrift. And we got ourselves what could potentially be a four-way fight again. Apparently J-Ray with the second 3-second time penalty of the evening, which is very surprising. 9 laps in, well, 8 laps complete now, only 2 penalties. That's actually very clean. Noah! Noah, don't yell at your sister, please. Thank you.
If you're Jelt and Jack Hockey right now, you've got to be pretty happy with how this race is panning out so far. Obviously, Pookie not necessarily pulling away with those medium tires as you would have expected. He managed to get through a couple positions, but he's not pulling away enough at this stage, and it's only a matter of time before those hearts switch on. We're gonna yellow at the back. Looks like Charlie.
It is.
He's gotten going again, though.
Yeah, it just looks like he just spun out Joan Cao. That is very easy. If he hit that inside curve the wrong way or apex it the wrong way, it's a very easy auto spin curve around Interlogos. Noah! Sit down. Thank you. Good grief. Parenting, they said. They'd be fun, it said. They said. Alright, well, the four-way battle has resumed, and they've actually gained a second on Alistar. Ricky may look to take advantage of this as Alistar to drop back. Kevin, Will, Tiske. Tiske is still on there as Borgia sets the fastest lap. We have a yellow in Sector 3 again, or Sector 2 this time. I believe that was Charlie yet again. It was. Noah and Lily, stop screaming, please. Thank you. My oldest and youngest are playing as my middle child's literally the quiet one of the group, which is funny. Usually the middle child's the loudest of the three. Back up to this leading battle though. Pookie, Jack Hockey, Jelt, and ZN have been pretty much nose to tail all race. Jack Hockey looking to make a move on the inside of the McLaren. Going into the Casino del Lago, he makes it stick and takes the lead. Nice move by the Alfa Romeo to get back into the lead. But that McLaren is still pretty much tightly packed inside of the...
Pookie went a little wide. That leaves the door open for Jelt, though. He's going to be right alongside.
Jelt takes it. Jelt takes it.
What a move.
NZN.
That was just... What an opportunistic move there by Jelt. What a move. But yeah, this battle's not over between Pookie and ZN. He's going to tuck behind now. Plenty of ERS on the Alfa Romeo ZN, and he's going to have DRS on Jelt, so we'll be able to defend Pookie, hopefully, down the straight. Or hopefully for him.
Absolutely. That was an opportunistic move and a half. That was crazy from both of those guys, but Pookie's settled in. He's still within contact with these guys, so that air didn't hinder him too bad. As long as he could hang tight in the back end of this. Honestly, I don't know what I would prefer in a DRS train like this. Would you rather be out front or somewhere in the middle or in the very back?
It depends how hard you have to push. If you can manage the pace in the front, then I'd much rather be in the front. But if you're burning ERS to try to hold everybody back, then it's better to be in that train using the DRS of the other guys, you know, saving your tires for when you need to actually use them when it's later on in the race.
Yeah, I would prefer personally, like in a DRS train like that, like even 4 like this, I'd prefer to be in
Oh no,
ZN2.
Matty's beached. Oh, you reset, but he was heavily beached there.
He was beached. That's not cool.
No.
No.
Stranded Mercedes of Matty Robo.
Unfortunate for Mr. Mercedes, man. But going back to our little discussion, I would rather be the third car in line as ZN just runs wide out of the into the Senna S. I say the third one in particular because you're getting DRS from the 2 cars in front. You're saving
I think Jill
ERS.
wants to be the first one here. Look at him go.
Oh, what a move by the Red Bull. On the inside of the Casino del Lago, as Jack Hockey definitely should have got a warning at bare minimum for that one because he ran wide off the track there. But Jack Hockey and Jell are fighting.
Not sure. Jelt maybe gave that space back just because might have forced him off the track a little bit and didn't want any questions coming from the stewards. As they like to poke their nose in things.
Excuse you. Excuse you, sir.
Oh, wait. What did I say?
Yeah. Your head admin and your head store is right here. Oh, good grief.
No, here we go again, down the straight. Jelt did close his DRS early last lap. He was setting that move up for the next straight. So I wonder if he's going to try to do it again here.
Yeah, this is the reason why I'd like to be in ZN's shoes right now, because these two guys, the front two guys are battling. You have a decent amount of ERS. You have DRS from the other car. If the front two make a mistake, then you pounce on it. But other than that, you sit as long as you can. That would be my thought process. Because odds are, if those two battle, a mistake will be had. And as long as you're not that close, you can just capitalize on it. Like, if you're too close to the point where they make a mistake and you're all over the gearbox, you have no time to react, and you take yourself out of the race. But like Pookie, for example, doing right now, he's backing away, but he's keeping within. He has time to react in case something does happen in front of him.
It could also be a case of those two medium runners are now starting to lose a bit of that performance.
Yes, it could be, very well.
Very close to that pit window now for the medium runners. I know I started on the mediums, and I think I was planning to pit lap 17. Lap 17 was the fastest, I think, so that was the plan, and we had a safety car a bit earlier. But
my game plan was to go to 20 and then try to go onto the soft compound tires, because I had one that wasn't touched last night. And then the first safety car came out in AM2. I decided to go, because I had wing damage, I decided to go medium, medium, soft, so I would have stretched out my second medium compound stint a little bit and shortened the soft one. But again, I just got caught up in damage upon damage, and then the second safety car came out and I decided to go onto the hard compound tire. That was my fatal flaw, because after I got onto the hards, my race was effectively done.
Yeah. Well, as we said it, there were a couple pit stops that lap. Kevin Cal and Corner Schmidt is both going on to the hard, so it started. Kevin Cal was honestly in a decent running position, so I wonder if that's going to trigger a couple more pit stops here from around like P8, P9. That's where he was, I think.
Yeah, I was just going to say he was in P8.
Takes the lead again.
Pookie's into the pits now. He's looking to undercut everybody, so this may trigger the undercut for the three in front. ZN's going to be the only one that's going to end up having to worry about it because he's on the medium compound tires, so he may be looking to pit this lap as Tiscase. That's the fastest lap with a 10.3. But yeah, ZN, look for ZN to pit at least, I would say, the next 2 or 3 laps. Maybe even this next one coming. The two hard compound runners, they're going to be either banking on a safety car at the moment, or they're going to be pitting at like lap 24, 25, and then going on to the soft compound tires the rest of the way.
Yep, and the softs are speedy around here.
I wouldn't know.
Something
Every single race. Go ahead, I'm sorry. No, go ahead, I'm sorry.
I was going to say, something worth noting as well is Jack Hockey's fuel light has been blinking the last couple laps, and ZN is into the pits. So I wonder if there's maybe a little bit of a management phase that he needs to do behind Jelt for the time being, or once he gets the pits done. But
yeah,
it was off, been blinking. Oh yeah, there it goes, blinking again. So he's close to being even, but he needs to save a little bit more.
Yeah, he's definitely at that point where he's, I'd say, 0.01 of a lap over, or under, rather, at this case. Turn that down, Emma.
Pookie is ahead of ZN now, so the undercut has worked for Pookie on the hard tires. 1 lap older, but that safety car came out. Who is that?
That was Borgia. I didn't catch it either.
Borgia
DNFing there, and unfortunately bringing out the safety car. Now, Jelt and Jack have a decision to make. Do they go onto the medium compound tires?
Yep. It's almost a no-brainer at this point. You still maintain track position. You're on a tire that'll be faster till the end. Probably you get an extra couple laps behind the safety car to save their life. So and Pookie gets a 3-second time penalty under the safety car.
Oh no!
Is rolling right now. That is his. I know when he streams and people get safety car penalties, he's just absolutely rolling. So.
Oh my goodness.
Can't be impressed with that.
Absolutely not. He's definitely not a happy camper at the moment. Jilt and Jack Hockey maintain the lead. Here comes Pookie. He's coming down the hill, but he's not going to get there.
And is he going to get beat by the Mercedes of Alistar? No, but Alistar does slide in front of ZN.
Oh,
so
that's huge. Alistar. This is going to get very, very spicy indeed. Alistar made it through the chaos, got lucky, got a huge lucky break. He is now sitting in P4. He could be a potential for a point or a podium paying position here now. He put himself in the right spot, and we have now half a race to go.
Yeah. 4 penalties on the board, 1 for Pookie, 3 seconds. Will's got 5 seconds. Dummy Lee's got 3 seconds. Charlie's got 3 seconds, and J-Ray's got 3 seconds.
That Pookie one may be huge too.
Could potentially be huge, but still about half the race to go. So I'm sure there's some warnings in play that drivers will have to be worried about at this point.
So looking forward to next week. I know one of our AM admin buddies despises next week. He doesn't think it should be on the F1 calendar.
And this is a controversial place to bring this topic up. The E race.
I'll be honest. No, I'll be honest with you. On this game, as well as last game, I actually like Silverstone.
Yeah, Silverstone's a good track. The issue with it for me is that everybody loves it, so everybody's pretty good at it. So I'd have to work a little harder to get on the podium. But other than that, I love the track.
I mean, you could start last in AM3, firmly plant a lucky rabbit's foot in your hindquarters, and stay away from the chaos, and still somehow win. That is you.
Not this season, man. There's a Ferrari and a Williams and an Alpine that have been, and honestly, my teammate beat me both times that we've actually been close together towards the end of the race. So it's not like not a walk in the park as some would have expected.
Again, lucky rabbit's foot firmly planted in your hindquarters.
Is it the lucky rabbit's foot, or am I just a smart racer?
Could be a little bit of both, but I definitely think you've definitely gotten a lot of lucky breaks. That's not really a late call for the safety car, but the safety car is now going to be in this lap. So we are now going to have 17 laps of fun frolicking through the flowering meadows of Sao Paulo and the favelas that are circling it. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, 5 seconds for Valvo.
Whoa, what? Ricky as well, what? And Jelta's gone. And J-Ray. What happened in the back? Oh, Domi is like in the wall.
Something
Charlie's
happened.
In the pits.
Ooh, oh my God, Alistar's out.
Oh,
what happened?
No.
What happened? Alistar's out. Matty, and that's going to bring out another safety car. Something definitely happened on that restart. Ecos Charlie getting rid of the 5 seconds. That's a very good play from the Aston Martin. Domi Lee had no front wing. He got that replaced.
ZN is dropped all the way to the back and has no wing, so I wonder, is something happened between Ali and ZN, who were neck and neck there going into turn 1?
Absolutely, something had to have happened there. but it cost Alistar what could have been for Mercedes there, just turned into a nightmare. But Matty Robo, again, he's just picking his spots as it sits right now. I mean, he would be jumping into P8 currently with the time pens in play because of everybody being bunched up on the safety car restart. But again, there's still a little ways to go. Mr. Ricciardo is currently in a podium paying position with the penalty applied in P4. Hello, Mr. Hacko. 7-8 from Jelt?
7-7, I think.
It was a high 7-7 or a low 8. I can't remember now.
Oh boy.
Fireworks are gonna go off. Fireworks are gonna go off in the EU2 chat. I have a feeling.
Yep.
But okay, second safety car topic, and I'm personally a huge fan of this one. As well, some of you guys in the EU side won't know this, but I'm a diehard Atlanta Braves baseball fan. And seeing their most hated rival, the Philadelphia Phillies, go down to the Arizona Diamondbacks is so sweet.
Oh man, something about filling a boring safety car period with boring baseball talk is just so funny to me. Pick a more exciting sport, man. You got like a minute between each throw.
They actually have pitch clocks now, so that is not the case anymore.
Oh man.
Or
baseball, a good time to go watch it live when you're just like crushing some beers, eating some sunflower seeds, eating some hot dogs, but watching it on TV, unless it's like the whatever it is, World Series, is that what it is?
That's what it is. Yeah, they're at the World Series now.
I might watch like the game 5, 6, and 7 of the World Series, and that's pretty much it. Baseball is not interesting.
Yeah, well, the Texas Rangers are facing the Arizona Diamondbacks in the World Series, so I'm happy about that. But we'll go to something else.
That's good.
We'll go to something else.
I was just chirping you. It's fine. We can talk about baseball, but
no, because I just noticed something on my ESPN thing, and if X427 or Two Spell are listening, Blue Moon. UEFA Champions League group play. Manchester City 3 and Young Boys. I think that's a team from Germany. But they just got beat 3-1 by Man City. So Sailors hopefully going back-to-back trebles. Let's go. And I'm going to take some heat in the chats for that one because I am a Man City fan.
Yeah. Oh my God!
That's a late one.
What a late call!
Oh my God! That's
okay. I'm watching
late.
the back. Hopefully nobody gets their wings broken.
The back's not even to the back yet.
Oh, who's jumping in the pits? Will's in the pit. Jelt's gone.
Jelt has disappeared. We have a yellow. That is Will in the pits. Okay, so Jelt's gone. Jack Hockey's gone. Pookie is in trouble from Mr. Ricciardo. Mr. Ricky's on the outside going into the Cena del Lago. Is the Alpine going to overtake the McLaren? They give each other the room. And
beautiful racing.
Oh my God, the Alpine has the inside for the double right. Let's see what happens here. They're going to... Ricky backs out of it. Tiske gets a 3-second time penalty. Oh, wow, that was very nice. Cornish Mantis passing his teammate J-Ray. See, I told y'all.
Getting past Vabo.
Zian getting past Vabo.
Oh, man, it's all popping off again.
This is gonna get insane.
I don't know about you, but I was squeezing my controller so tight when Ricky and Pookie were side by side there. I was nervous.
I wasn't so nervous about Ricky and Pookie as more as I was nervous down in the middle of the pack. But they seem to have sorted themselves out. Jelt is in the lead. Jack Hockey's only 3/10 behind. Pookie, and that's gonna hurt him. He is already out of DRS range of the two in front of him. And more crucial is the fact that he's on the hard compound tire while the front two are on the mediums.
And ZN is on the charge. He is flying now. He's overtaken 3 cars. He was up in that front 4, and he's trying to get back after what we can only assume was a mystery incident that we did not see.
Yeah, I caught a little bit of it because I had the front featured going through Cervi del Sol, but it was toward the back end out of the Senna S, so I couldn't catch all of it.
Yeah, it was on somebody else. I didn't see it. I looked over and I just saw the tail end of Alistar in the wall.
Yeah, but no, Ricky right now, ZN looking like he may be on, right now currently would be P5 after penalties because he's got J-Ray in front of him. Jelt sets the fastest lap with a 10-2. Ricky on the outside.
Putting the pressure on.
Oh my god, they made contact!
Oh, that's unfortunate there. All the way on the outside of the track, there's no room left.
No, that was a little risky.
These two are falling back from the front two.
Oh boy, that's gonna leave that. And yeah, Pookie's on the hard compound tire, Ricky's on the mediums. So those guys that were on the hard compound tire, such as Jelt, Jack Hockey, and Ricky at the beginning of the race, are now in prime position.
Yeah, and ZN has cleared one AlphaTauri. J-Ray is fighting him back now. He's got the other AlphaTauri just ahead of him.
Now this is where I would be. This is where tactically I'd be the teammate, especially if I'm the one that doesn't have the penalty. I'd be fighting every which way possible. Me and Warren did this last season in Abu Dhabi. I believe he was the one with the penalty. Oh wait, no, it was the fact that he had older tires and I had fresher tires, and he decided to let me through, and whoever came up to us, he would battle, and we were able to hold off to our best team result of a 6th and 7th at that point in time. So I mean, I struggled in last year's game cycle. So any which way I could get him, I took him. Oh my god, Cornish Mantis into the wall. Cornish Mantis is out. Kevin's also out. Oh my god. Oh my god, another safety car. And that actually hurts a lot of people. That was ZN and Cornish Mantis. I caught that on stream.
Yeah. ZN trying to clear through the next AlphaTauri just went wrong.
Oh man.
Ended up collecting Kevin Cal in the mess of all of it.
That was brutal. That was terrible. That was not good. That will definitely be visited in Stort's room for sure. Thanks for making work for me, gentlemen.
Every safety car that comes out now too is just prolonging the life of those medium tires, pushing the cliff further away and the crossover point between the medium hards further away. So we shall see, because they've done what Jelt's done 9 laps on those mediums, but I'd say about 6 of them have been on this safety car. So
Domi Lee getting 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. Pookie did surrender the podium position, so now, ironically enough, look at the podium places right now.
Oh my god, look at the podium.
Look at the podium places.
But the issue is the wave of red tires that's coming behind them, starting from Pookie in P6 all the way down to Will in P12. Those guys are going to have a huge compound advantage with the fresh softs compared to 6, 7, and sometimes 9 lap old mediums here. So we'll see if this gamble is going to play off for Pookie. He does have 3-second penalty to his name, but
now,
arguably on the best strategy at this point.
Now the question is, you're saying it's the best strategy. Did they burn all 3 compound tires in quality? That's going to be the big question. Number 1. Number 2. Provisionally,
well,
not only do we have the podium right, provisionally though, somebody would be on for driver of the day going from 14th to 5th.
That's right. The first driver on the softs without a penalty, Matty Robo. What would you expect? So he's just got to hang on to those coattails of Pookie ahead of him and drag me to the finish, Pookie. Come on.
Oh my gosh, this could be a death sword parlay for the ages. By the time they get to the line, I think it'll be very, very interesting.
Yep. Oh, man, looks like the stream is bugging out.
I'm not too surprised. The kids are watching YouTube at the moment, and they couldn't wait another 20 minutes for dinner. So you want to know what my oldest and my youngest decide to do?
What?
They decide to play a kid and get cereal. They couldn't wait 20 minutes. They couldn't wait 20 minutes for pierogies because I was planning on something quick and easy.
To be fair, I would love some cereal right about now. Dude, I'm just finding out more and more that I am just a kid still. I wanted the cupcake. I want cereal.
Okay, now here's the question. Now here's the question. What cereal of choice?
Dude, I would honestly go for Fruit Loops right now.
I'm a Golden Grams type of person, and we're going to hold that discussion there because safety car is in.
Yeah, it'll be 8 laps to go, I think, math. Yeah,
29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Yeah, 8 laps. 8 laps to go. Here we go. 8 lap shootout to decide it. Here's Sao Paulo. Jilt takes it. And it goes off again. Jack Hockey gets a good jump as well. Ricky fell back. He is now a half a second. Tiske is on the mediums. He's got a time penalty he's got to deal with. Valbo is the last one on the medium compound tires, as was aforementioned before by Mr. BK. Pookie is the first one on the soft compound tires, but he has that penalty next to him, which is bodes, doesn't bode well for him. But he's already all over the back of Valbo.
And this is the sector where you're going to see those tires really come to life.
Ooh, he almost got another corner cutting. Probably got a warning there, if not a penalty. Well, didn't get the penalty, but oh my gosh, the over-under. The Ferrari's playing great defensive, but he's going to look for the switchback on the inside potentially. No, he's going to back out of it. The Ferrari holds on defensively. Valbo, nice defensive driving.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time, I think. But Valbo, great defensive driving. You can just see how much grip Pookie has, though.
Right here, that move is going to be done, dusted, and over with right here. Oh no, the Ferrari's fighting.
The straight line speed of the Ferrari is coming into play. Maybe a little bit of a omen to Jay Prentice and El Prentice. Some straight line speed is still in that Scarlet Ferrari.
Oh my God, Domiele's off. Domiele's completely off. He took the Senna S completely off. He cut the chicane. And he falls all the way back to P12. That's going to eliminate him from the running for the time being. 7 laps to go here in Sao Paulo. Podium remains the same with the front 3. Tiske is actually all over the back of them as well, but he has the time penalty, so the front 3 don't need to fight him. Valbo is fighting. Like, he is dog and pony. Oh my God, here comes the move. Nice move by Pookie on the inside. Ferrari couldn't fight that. And Matty Robo looking.
Robo's looking. Oh, the Alfa Romeo ZN sideways on the grass in the back.
Nice save. Both guys are still there. Matty Robo now is going to have to contend with Valbo. This is going to... The more Tiske and Pookie run away from Matty, this is going to turn into a disadvantage. He's going to need to get around Valbo now.
A little bit of chaos in the back, too. 2 Aston Martins, a Ferrari, and an AlphaTauri all about to send it into turn 1.
Don't forget the Alfa Romeo in the back end, too. My God! Goodness. Charlie goes off the exact same way. the exact same way Domi Lee went off, but this is chaotic in the back.
ZN going through the middle of the two.
Oh,
he has
what
to go
a
slot
move.
behind the Ferrari.
Domi Lee getting the better of that exchange, gets out of Decina Delago. Oh my god! Oh no, ZN! No! No, man! That's a, oh, wow!
Wow. Well, I think that's easily the other prediction. Oh, ZN is out of the session.
He retired.
That's,
He retired on track. He just retired on track. So
tough. Anyways. Yeah, I think I said 3+ safety cars. I should have said 4, 5+, 5 minimum.
the over under 4.5.
Yeah.
Jeez.
We have had one of those races. They say safety cars bring safety cars. So
Okay, so I'm gonna
after the
leave,
first one, it's been pretty consistent.
I'm gonna say this as a shout out to somebody who keeps on saying, "Where's the chaos in EU2? Where's the safety cars? Where's this? Where's that?" Great ape, here it is.
Well, something else to note: your McLaren on the soft tires with 5-lap old softs did make his way up to P4 right behind Ricky, so managed to dispatch the Williams in time before the safety car came out.
Yes, that was huge for him. The only problem with that now is not enough time to get 3 seconds away. Actually, we're going to do this. I want to see what everything is at. All 5 of the drivers that have penalties, that's Pookie, Tiske, Charlie, J. Ray, and Domi Lee, all have 3 seconds in penalties. That's it. That's huge. Again, if those guys stay the same and Valbo yields to Matty, which is very well possible now that the soft compound tires are going to get stretched out a little longer, Matty may be looking for a P4 finish.
Yeah, depending on penalties, he's right there with those two ahead. So
Yeah, this
we
may
shall see.
This may get crazy. Jelt and Jack Hockey, even though they're on the medium compound tires, they're getting away from Ricky on the restarts. So I don't think Pookie is going to get to... Oh, 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane for Charlie. And does Charlie decide to retire the car, which I don't think would be necessarily would have been a good idea, but he does not retire the car.
Well, you probably get 1 lap of DRS, so
34, 35, 36. Yeah, if the safety car goes in this lap, 34, 35, 36, you're going to have the final lap having DRS assistance, which means the run into Decina del Lago and the run into the Senna S for the final time. Well, I should say the finish line, not the Senna S, is going to be DRS assisted. This may get chaotic, even more so than it already is.
everybody's caught up now. Surely the safety car won't debate about it too long this time. We'll get the
this time around it's gonna have to be
full time to decide what to do. Hopefully final safety, well, definitely final safety car restart.
There it is. Oh, by the way, before we get started again, that explains a lot, Mr. Fruit Loop Troop.
Hey.
Follow your nose.
Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
I have nothing against Fruit Loops. I lived off of those myself for a while. Alright, here we go.
What do you say about Fruit Loops, man?
Here we go. 3 laps to settle it. Here at Sao Paulo. When does Jolt go? He goes early. Jack Hockey also gets a decent start. Ricky actually got a good start. Ricky got a great start. Valbo and Matty fighting it out for P6 at the moment. in the back there, but Jack Hockey and Pookie and Ricky, all three of them got away cleanly. Pookie's potentially in trouble from Tiske in 5th place, but now after Sector 1 it's settled out. Tiske, Pookie is looking, he's looking. Charlie with another 3 seconds in penalties. He was on, oh my god! Pookie sends it into Ricky, but Ricky's fighting
Ricky
back.
coming back at him. There's a little more grip in those soft tires though.
Oh my goodness.
Still has the 3-second penalty to his name, does Pookie though, so Ricky just doesn't need to lose it any more time. He needs to keep up with these guys. That's all he needs to do.
Matty Robo losing the position to Domi Lee in 8th. Will getting another 3 seconds in time penalties, so we have more than 3 seconds for Charlie and Will now at this point. But here we go, 2 to go here in Interlagos. Down the Senna S for the penultimate time here. Domi Lee with 3 seconds.
Don't know if Pookie is going to have enough.
He's not going to have enough time. There's no way. He's going to, wherever he gets on track is on track, but he's not going to be able to keep it via pens. At the moment, Jack Hockey. Here we go. This is going to get crazy interesting. Matty Robo is currently in 8th, but he's dropped a little further back. Now he's, well, Domi Lee and Valbo are fighting for P6. But Matty Robo, oh my god! Pookie sending it on the inside of Jack Hockey. Nice move by the McLaren. It's going to put him up at the P2 on track. Jelt, on the other hand, now he's got Jelt to deal with. Jack Hockey, all he has to do, all Ricardo has to do is just hold on tight to the back end of the car in front of him. They should be able to slot in and take the position after penalty. Jelt on the Jelt defending like his life depended on it. He doesn't need to defend that hard. I don't see it.
Pookie send it.
Pookie sends it into the Senna S, taking the lead. I don't think he's going to get 3 seconds, but we're going to see. But Pookie is now in the lead.
Jelt's got DRS though.
Oh man, Jelt's on the inside. Jeez, bad camera angle there, but Jelt holds on to P2. Pookie's going to hold on for the lead for now, but that's going to hurt him. Those two fighting is going to hurt.
Oh, Jack Hockey a little slippery through the long right-hander. Almost takes out Ricky, but he gets the car back going. He lost a little bit of time to Jelt there.
I think your podium is set in stone now. J-Ray with 3 seconds. Pookie's not going to get away as he would have liked. That last safety car hurt his potential chances at a win here, or even a podium. As we go through João Cal for the final time, Pookie on track is going to take the Brazilian Grand Prix, but it's going to be Jelt officially after Pens taking the win here and making a nice huge dent into the championship lead of Jack Hockey. It's now no longer 10. I believe it will be 3 after everything is said and done. Jelt holds on for the win. Jack Hockey is in second. I didn't catch the back end of it, but somebody else did.
The Aston Martins were racing to the line, and I think Charlie got the best of his teammate.
Hi, look at that!
Time, driver of the day, Matty Robo. We nailed every prediction, 100%.
Let's go! The game-giving driver of the day of Matty Robo. I called it.
We called safety cars, we called top 3, and we called driver of the day. What can't we do?
Oh my god, what a race. What a race from in the booth. I think we should go to the casino and gamble our life savings away at this point.
Everything on black right now.
Oh, what a race, what a race. Jelt holds on, takes the win after penalties. Jack Hockey P2, Ricky in P3. Pookie drops down to P4 after the 3-second time penalty. Tiske holds on for 5th place. Nice run by the EU3 reserve. Matty Robo goes up to 6th place from 14th, getting driver of the day and nailing the Deathstorm parlay. Valbo in 7th. Domi Lee in 8th. Will in 9th. J-Ray rounding out the points in 10th. Ekash Charlie in the fabled Deathstorm position of P11. losing ZN toward the end. Kevin, Cal, Cornish Mantis, Alisar, and Borgia rounding out the field here in Sao Paulo. Mr. BK, your thoughts?
Man, I don't know what to say. Definitely went the safety car out today. We had lots of those come out and lots of wheel-to-wheel action because of it. Everybody was super close the whole race, but yeah, I mean, it's kind of a shame because it looked like we had a pretty spicy battle heating up between 4 cars at the front for the win, but still got something pretty spectacular in the end. I think Gelt obviously leading for almost the entire race. He gave up the lead at the start and just managed it well from there, I think. But yeah, other than that, it was a pretty awesome race, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. On multiple levels, calling it from the booth exactly as it ended. A little bit of everything. There was a lot of good overtakes. There was some safety car drama. There was some other types of drama that I'll be dealing with later on this week. And as it's been for a lot of this season, Red Bull on top with in the name of Gelt. Again, he knocks down the drivers gap down to 3 now. And
that's exactly what you want to see. We've got 5 races left now, and 3 points between these two going into it. So that's exactly what you want to see in terms of competition in here. Super close. It's going to be exciting. It's definitely a privilege to share the booth with you on this special occasion. But yeah, looking forward to seeing what these guys can put up the rest of the season.
Yes, and as always, same to you, kind sir. And if I don't get to before the end of the season, good luck on your quest on the defense of the AM3 championship. With that being said,
thank you.
With that being said, for Mr. BK, for all of EU2, tune in to more Contest of Speed. In just under 4 hours' time, we have AM1 with Lane Everingham around the circuit of Interlagos, and tomorrow, 4 p.m. here in the States, and 10 p.m. Central European. Or 10 p.m. Central European, 9 p.m. UK. EU1 will take to Sao Paulo as well, rounding out the week. As far as that is concerned, I am Deathstorm. We will see you guys next week from the very fabled Silverstone circuit in Great Britain. Until then, everybody be well, stay safe, and we'll talk to you guys next week.